me tell you the story about the source of my breath that will always follow throughout every force of my step. America is where I'm born and no doubt, but Vietnam is what I'm repping from the north to the south.
Vietnam, 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 Vietnam.
I'm from Vietnam, and I'll embrace my origins. But in America, you know this place seems foreign. You know the story, we had a few wars, and Vietnam was split into a south and northern portion. But from Hanoi to the streets of Saigon, we're still eating them zan and eating jajang. It is a place where the culture is bright, and the tales and traditions are older than life. We shout Xin Chao and not Ni Hao, mix fun noodle soup with bean sprouts. You know the summer gets hot fast, so we hide our faces under a straw hat. And from the fields of rice to the crazy cities, we're working and lurking, staying busy. But no matter how you work and the pace you run, you could never, ever change the place you're from.
Vietnam, 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 Vietnam.
Why don't you wise up and show off the people in the place where you come from? Cause no matter what you do, it cannot be undone. Take it from me, I live in America. If I stayed in Vietnam, I have a completely different character. Material motives was my main mindset, but my people and my parents wouldn't let me forget about my homage and history and my past bloodline. And time I'd always be reminded by the food they fed and the things that they said, and the calling of my culture always ringed in my head. But my liking in language lacks usage, cause I'd rather bump slang and black music. I can't be perfect and erase my taste, but I'll stay awake and embrace the place that I'm from. Yo, you've told them where you're from, but you haven't showed them where you're from. Alright, yo, check this out. Tên cực con mà qua Xin chào con thích làm nhạc quay mắc sang điều quần áo. Con thích ăn phô với cơm tấm với ăn bánh bao. Con muốn nhí sang cao cho có lương cao. Tại sao lại con không muốn làm người nhào? Chân với tài cao là làm việc nhiều. Vì con không muốn ăn đồ với nhung đồ dẻo. Vì con không muốn bị già, vì con không always dẻo. So con wish cho bố, vì con wish cho mẹ. Vì con wish cho khối là rất là khỏe. Vì con wish Việt Nam rất yên bình là ta là nỗi tuổi đen tôi không được quên.
Vietnam, 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 Vietnam,